A hearing room filled with education advocates and administrators was surprised to hear there were already major changes underway to a bill that would create a new grading system for schools and sanctioning those who fail. Representative Jeremy Feasfelt, author of the bill and chair of the Assembly Education Committee, had previously proposed a new appointed board to make decisions about schools.
There has been a lot of concern about the Academic Review Board, or the ARB as it's called in the bill. And I can tell you that in the next version of the bill, the Academic Review Board will be eliminated. It's just another level of bureaucracy that is not necessary.
His bill does create a new letter grading system for public and private schools and put sanctions on them if they're failing, including public schools being taken over by independent charters.
There has to be a line drawn in the sand somewhere where you're going to not keep them doing the same thing, and we're going to make a significant change.
But local superintendents, including those from Verona, Middleton, and Madison, all came to express their concerns over the bill.
Within the bill, though, the one, the ABC, DF system really, I think, looks at shaming schools, and I'm not sure if that's really an effective way. In fact, I don't believe it's an effective way to sort of make change.
My question was going to be, if you're a parent, would you rather see your daughter come home with a letter B in language arts, or would you rather see your daughter's report come home telling them exactly what standards they have mastered?
There are also concerns about funding and the state sending money to both public and private schools.
If we're going to be funding two separate systems of schooling, then that only comes from one source of money. And so if it's from one pot and we're funding two systems, then neither system is fully funded. So that should concern anybody wherever you're at in the state of Wisconsin.
The Senate is considering their own version of the bill with 2 review boards and no charter takeover. Feasfelt says he's open to compromise.
I know lots of people are against the bill, but I want to hear what you think should be done instead.
The bill is on the fast track in the legislature. While the changes announced have not yet been drafted, the committee may vote on this measure next week and get it to the Assembly floor by January 22nd. At the Capitol, Jessica Arp, WISC News 3.
According to the Department of Public Instruction, the Beloit School District is one of the lowest performing districts in our viewing area.
When you look at scores and you average the high and the low together, people don't understand that you throw some low scores in with high scores and it's going to pull your average way down.
But with less than a point away from meeting expectations, Assistant Superintendent Lene Trudeau says the scores do not properly represent the district's achievements.
In order to show that there are areas we do well in and some areas that we don't do so well in, there needs to be a different type of accountability system rather than just an overall score.
It is unclear if Beloit would be considered failing under the new ranking, but Trudeau says either way, she does not agree with the sanctions the Assembly bill would provide.
To defund us and to make us a charter school is no help at all. There's no proof that that's help at all.
Gaston Elementary is one of the 5 schools within the district that meet few expectations under the accountability score.
Overall, I mean, we've shown improvements, so I think it's just taking a look at holding schools accountable, but taking a look at the whole picture.
The principal at the school says he wants an even playing field for all schools to be rated on.
When we're looking at public schools compared to charter schools, compared to private schools, that we're all kind of using the same, tests, so that as we're looking at how schools are performing, it goes hand in hand.
Now, right now, Michelle and Eric, it's not clear what would make a school fall into that D or F grade category. However, the assistant superintendent of Beloit says she doesn't believe that the schools would fall into either of those categories, even though they did not meet all those expectations. And she says, as always, the school district of Beloit is looking to improve their test scores overall going forward.